Welcome to the Davis Performing Arts Center, which houses the Gonda Theater and Divine Studio Theater. The Davis Performing Arts Center opened its doors in 2005, and since then has been the crown jewel for 4 theater groups, 8 vocal groups, and 7 instrumental groups. The center provides a state-of-the-art home for students to broaden their imagination, performance, and passion.
Who are they naming the theater after? Davis? Oh. Really? With the murders and everything?
Oh, the Davis Performing Arts Center looks sweet. Guys, I wish we had that when we were at Georgetown.
You know, we all went to Georgetown, not at the same time, but we performed actually all at the same shitty venues.
When we performed Macbeth, we actually called it Macbeth, which of course is unlucky to say in a theater, but you see my point here? We weren't in a theater, okay? We were in Bulldog Alley, just rolling around in barbecue sauce as blood.
When I was at Georgetown, my improv group performed in the Darnell Hall common room. We also performed in the Darnell Hall cafeteria. We called it the Darnell Circuit.
Davis Performing Arts Center is just one of the many beautiful buildings on Georgetown campus. There's Walsh. How about Walsh, everyone? 1977's hottest indoor pool. Mm-hmm. And the ICC is finding new ways to waste air conditioning all the time.
It's like a Gap in New York City.
It's a huge Gap with 2 leather couches.
I once did improv for a bunch of guys standing in line at Champions. The suggestion was always Dracar Noir.
When I was a sophomore at Georgetown, I won the funniest person on campus contest at Gaston Hall. Because that's where you should have a comedy contest, in a f***ing church.
I got a fake ID just so I could perform Annie at the Tombs. The sun will come out to...
I actually did a one-man show my sophomore year in front of Lowinger Library for a group of Korean students who were smoking. They bummed me a mild 7, and I did not care for it.
We performed Mime in Berleith and still got a noise violation.
You know, I look back on my time at Georgetown and think about how much money went to the a cappella groups. There were no instruments, so I'm not exactly sure what the money went to. Black mock turtlenecks, I guess, mainly.
I once pulled a hammy performing Stomp on the Exorcist steps.
People don't always identify Georgetown with the performing arts, but they have a long tradition of great performers having gone here. There's Carl Reiner, there's Bradley Cooper, Mitch Hurwitz, Jim Gaffigan, let's see, Yoko Ono.
I remember improvising with Yoko Ono. She was a little pushy. Most of the scenes were about she wanted no more war. But freeze tag, she was great. She was great at freeze tag.
Then, of course, there was Robert Blake. Did not go to Georgetown, but would audit classes. And he would threaten different people that he was sitting next to.
Robert Blake was one of my favorite members of the Phantoms.
The crowds at Georgetown were fantastic, to the point that when I left, I really thought I was much more successful and famous than I was, because I wasn't. I was just a temp with an English degree.
Can I come back and do a play here? I love me some John Guire.
Thanks for coming to GEMAHQ. I think I speak for all of us when I say I think it's good to see white Georgetown alumni men landing on their feet.
Yes, especially legacies like me.
And me.
Honestly, I feel really lucky to have gone to Georgetown. I feel like there was a bunch of us who were kind of the odd people out who got together and despite the fact that there were no facilities whatsoever, put on shows anywhere that we could possibly pretend that there was a stage. And I hope that tradition continues despite there being actual facilities.
Ladies and gentlemen, students and faculty, GEMA rocks!